Hello and welcome to Cereal at Midnight, the official YouTube channel of cerealatmidnight.com. My name is Heath. I'm glad you're here, but I'm not glad to have to make this video because let's face it, guys, what's going on with Migo? I've done kind of a series of videos about Migo, and in the process of doing that, have kind of put myself on the front lines talking about the Migo situation. I get comments and emails just about every single day asking me what's going on with Migo, and I don't have any answers. I am also looking for Migo. Here's the thing. I made my first video about Migo was on the heels of the launch of Wave 1, and it had been a really messy launch. Like, a lot of stores didn't have them when they were supposed to. And so I made a video expressing my frustration at not being able to find these things, knowing that they were in the stores back in the stockroom, but weren't being put out. Like being told by employees, we have them, we'll put them out tomorrow or Sunday or whatever. And then those days come and go and there's no Migo anywhere. So I made a video about my frustration with that. I'll link to all the Migo videos in the description of this video. But it was a messy launch. Migo's the marketing firm that Migo has partnered with to promote these, to get this all going, it's like an actualization firm, reached out to me on the heels of that video, sent me some sample figures. They were actually really great about saying, listen, we don't know what's going on, we're sorry, we know you're looking for them. Wave 1 should be in stores very soon. So I was expecting a similar experience for Wave 2. When I started to look for Wave 2 and couldn't find them, I knew that Wave 1 took a long time to really get going. Well, here it is. It's actually been about 2 months since the launch of Wave 2. I still can't find them. I found a few, like seriously, like 4, I think, and I haven't bought them all. I'll show you the ones that I've picked up, but I'll run video footage over this, but it's been such a frustrating experience because I was recording, I did a video on the channel where I was like, well, let's go see if we can find Migo Wave 2. And that was the last time that I talked about Migo Wave 2, honestly, because I kept going, looking for Migo Wave 2 once, twice, 3 times a week. I live in a metro area. We have 4 Targets within a 20 to 30 minute drive. They don't have Migo Wave 2. One store, you're going to see in some of this video footage, one store has a few of the new figures. They never had the entire wave. They never had Frankenstein. They never had the Star Trek figures, the Gorn, Spock. Still looking for all those. Still looking for Samantha from Bewitched. Meanwhile, some stores are reporting Wave 3. Or some customers are saying that they found Wave 3 in stores. So it's all been a very, very frustrating experience. And people will ask me, like, well, why have you stopped talking about Migo? Honestly, because I was waiting for the figures to show up. I was waiting for maybe the Christmas reset in Target stores and thinking that maybe when they finally set everything up for Christmas, they'll put the figures out. But they still haven't. Which begs the question once again, what's going on with Migo? So here's what I've done. I reached out, as a last resort, I reached out to the people that had been in contact with, the people who had sent me the figures in the first place. I had email contacts for them. Fired off an email to the guy that had mailed me the figures in the first place, and a week went by with no response. Now, some people in the Migo Gatekeepers group, the Migo Ambassador group on Facebook, which seems to be a few decent people and a whole lot of people who think that Migo was made just for them. But that's neither here nor there. Some people have accused me, because my videos were going around in the Migo Gatekeeper group, that I took such a dump on Migo that Migo didn't want to have anything to do with me. But that's not true, actually. And the last communication that I had with these guys was that they loved my video and they wanted to be in touch for all future, announcements or whatever. And that was the last I heard from anybody. So I sent this email to this guy. A week goes by, nothing. So I email the head of the company, because he had been the guy that had reached out to me in the first place. And I immediately get it. I was like, I sent an email to the guy that had sent me the figures. I was just looking for some information. Why is Wave 2 so hard to find? Why are people not finding them? It seems way harder to find than Wave 1 ever was. The most popular figures, like Frankenstein, the Star Trek figures, they're not on Target.com. Where is the stock for these? If there's 10,000 of them, they're not all being scalped on eBay. There's no way that 10,000 figures have been snatched up. I just don't think the interest in them is that big. I think this is a niche thing. But anyway, so I emailed the head of the company, and immediately get a response back from the guy that I had emailed in the first place. Said, sorry, I'm not on the Mego account anymore. I've been transferred to this other thing, but I will forward your email to the guy who is dealing with the Mego Target exclusives. So I get that, and then I get a message from the boss that says, thanks guys. So I'm thinking, well, I'll get something back now. I've been put in contact with a guy who is gonna tell me what's going on, and of course that was over a week ago, so it's now been 2 weeks since all this started, and not a word. Which leads me to believe that this company is done with Mego. They're done with the partnership. They're done with promoting it. They're done with reaching out to YouTubers, to the customers themselves. They have washed their hands of the situation, apparently, which does not bode well for customers like you and me, who are still looking for these figures, who want to support them with our dollars. Guys, I have people all over the country. I get messages from all over America. Hey man, nothing from Wave 2. So have you seen anything? You know, like New York, Texas, even out on the West Coast. These are not in stores. They may be in stores. I suspect they're in stores in the back, but they're not on the shelves. Because I do occasionally get a report from someone who'll say, well, I asked about them. They went back to check in the back and they found a box. So I still don't know what's happening. There's speculation. There's a lot of speculation going around that maybe Target is waiting for Wave 1 to sell before they put Wave 2 out, which I don't think makes good business sense, but that's a rumor. That's not confirmed by any sort of facts or reports from what's going on. But I will say this, it's not just you, it's not just me. If you look on Facebook, Mego is hyping these figures out like crazy. Like Mego, the official Mego Twitter account, the official Mego Facebook account, constantly showing the new figures and stuff. What do you guys think? Go to stores and grab them. And then if you read the comments, at least 50% of those comments are people saying, I would buy them if I could, but I can't find them. They're not in my stores. Like frustration, anger, resentment, and then of course the people who have found them don't care about the people who haven't found them. They're just like, well, bring on Wave 4 and Wave 5, because all they care about is getting their figures, and they've got them. They're not worried about everybody else, right? And so it's been a really, really frustrating experience. It's like, I know that there are, based on what I see, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who want to buy these figures, but they just can't find them. So I had reached out, I'd fired off a Twitter message saying that it was frustrated, that I was frustrated that I couldn't find Wave 2. Target, actually for a change, responded back, but it was Target customer service, and they said, what figures are you looking for? Actually, they said, what figure are you looking for? And we'll see if we can find it in one of your local stores. And so I wrote them back like a lengthy multi-paragraph thing. I still have it. I'll probably put it in this video. That I was basically saying, I'm not looking for one figure. I'm looking for the line of figures. I have a YouTube channel. I want to show my viewers what's in their store, especially since distribution for these things has been so shoddy and they don't seem to be able to find them. I'm looking for all of them. So I appreciate your offer to help me find one, but that doesn't help me. And of course, I heard nothing back from Target. It wasn't like, oh, well, they have the entire wave at such and such, because, you know, there is no answer for that. You know, they could tell me, based on my zip code, they could tell me if one figure was around, but they're just not out there. That's the thing. These figures are just not out there. So I, like you, am frustrated. I'm kind of so frustrated that I'm almost done with it. I suspect, see, here's the thing, there's 10,000 of these figures, at least the the 8-inch figures. There's 10,000 of these floating around. I suspect there can't be more than 1,000 of them out in the wild on eBay, from the people who are buying them and posting about them in the Mego gatekeeper group, ambassador group. There can't be a lot of these in hands. I think there are a ton of people still waiting for these figures. They'll show up at some point. I don't know what the deal is. They're at a Target distribution center. They're in a warehouse somewhere. They'll show up at some point. But the question is, will any of us care anymore when they finally do? Because I'm so frustrated at this. I don't know who to lay blame at. I don't think that it's Mego. I really do think that it's Target. I think that it's Target's decisions, their marketing decisions. And I've taken heat from a couple of people for leveling a lot of the blame at Target. But it really does seem to be a Target store problem. And we can say, well, who at Target is the problem? I don't know if it's the employees, if it's the management. If it's the employees, then of course it's the management, because the problems always go up. Anytime you have a problem with an employee level, that problem goes up to the top, because that's a management problem. Listen, I have my own business, okay? I understand how this works. Employee problems always reflect on management. So is it management? Is it distribution? Is it regional management? Who knows? There really is so little information. Target's not talking. Mego is now not talking. You know, it's so interesting that Mego, like Marty, did a video interview talking about the future lineup. And he's hyping it, but we can't get them. So the hype is almost useless. I'm frustrated. You can tell I'm a little hot. I need to calm down, because they're just pieces of plastic, right? They're just toys. I will be okay. We'll all be okay. But it's just a frustrating experience. With that being said, I have been able to pick up 2 Mego Wave 2 figures. One of them is the 8-inch, and one of them is the big figure. I'll just show you. So I did find the Paul Stanley Star Child figure at my Target. They had 2. This is me going every day, so unless someone came and just wiped out every Wave 2 figure that they had, which I doubt, then they got 2 of these in my store, and one of them had a slash across his chest, which is not, that's not Kiss accurate. There is no Kiss with battle damage, but this is the one that looked the best. It's number 103 of 10,000, so that's a cool low number, I guess. Like, I don't even care anymore. But I would love to buy the Gene Simmons one if it ever shows up. And I don't even know if they're planning on making the cat or the Space Ace. I have no idea. But so that's the 8-inch, and then the big one I picked up, Poison Ivy. There's a Batgirl out there too, but the Batgirl honestly looks like butter has been smeared all over her face. Every figure of the Batgirl that I've seen, which is only like 4, I guess, because they're so hard to find. But every one of these that I've seen has really poor paint application on her face. But this Poison Ivy, honestly, I think this figure is gorgeous. This is one of the most well done DC figure. I mean, this isn't a statue. This isn't like $100, a Kotobukiya statue sort of thing. This is just the run-of-the-mill, on-the-shelf toy, and I think that it is really fantastic. The costume, the paint applications on the face, the hair. This is a great Poison Ivy figure. I want the Superman, but I can't find the Superman. I want there's another one that I want, the Green Lantern. That's it. Like, I'd love to buy those, but I have not seen them. So that's really it. This is not a happy video. This is not a good video. I did not want to make this video, because you guys know I like to be positive. I like to bring a positive spin to things, and there's very little positive to say about Mego right now, because so many of us are still looking for these figures. And the people, again, I'm going to get comments on this video. Well, I found them, so you're either not looking hard enough or you're not watching Target.com. But that's not true. I'm doing both, and I can't find these figures. I think sometimes, like, I had heard that the Gorn popped up on Target.com for like a hot few minutes, and then it was gone again. So these have turned into quite the white whale for toy collectors, and that should not be the case. Everyone should be able to get their hands on these. I don't know what the issue is, but guys, that's it. That's my Mego video. This may be the last one for a while. Time will tell. But I'm still waiting for most of these to hit store shelves, let alone Wave 3. Wave 3 should be out already too, but I don't know, it's just not looking good. Guys, what is going on with Mego? What's the situation like in your neck of the woods, wherever you're at? Are you finding them? Do we need to form like a network of Mego collectors who can help each other out and try to find some of these things for each other? I can't help because I don't have access to any of these figures. I think there's 2 of the Chris Monroes at my local Target if anybody wants those. Guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking about Mego. I hate to leave it like this, but there's no happy ending to this as of now. This is a story yet unfolding, so we will just see what happens. Time will tell. Guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later.